Hello everyone, this is Fine from Awesome Gaming Pro. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the two TV, the left side LG Qned80 and right side LG Qned81. If you are not familiar with a Qned TV, it stands for Quantum Nano Emitting Diode and is essentially LG's term for QLED, a set that uses quantum dots to display a better picture than comparable sets. If you are new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Tech Gaming Villa, where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater. You can check and subscribe. And even though the Qned80 is the entry level in LG's series of QLED sets, I've been very impressed by its performance for the money. The Qned80 series is available in 50-inch, 55, 65, 75 and 86-inch versions. So most preferences for screen size are covered. As for the pricing, that starts at $600 for the smallest 50-inch model and maxes out at $1,800. First, I'm going to talk about the Qned80. Leading to the back of the set, the usual input standards are present. This TV has two USB and 4 HDMI ports, a mixed 2.0 and 2 HDMI 2.1 ports. A small downside here is that one of the HDMI 2.1 ports is the ARC port, meaning that's where your soundbar will need to go if you have one. So if you have two devices, you want to utilize HDMI 2.1, say an Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 plus a soundbar. You will only be able to have one console plugged in at a time unless you forgo the HDMI 2.1. Once the set was up and running, it was introduced LG's Magic Remote, which utilizes a moving pointer that you control. I found 4K and HDR content more impressive than a lot of TVs I've seen. It wasn't the highest of high-end quality, of course, but this isn't necessarily designed to compete with $2,000 and premium televisions. Even without tinkering with the settings, colors popped when they should, and black strew on an inky darkness that even fans of the Game of Thrones final could appreciate. LG says the Qned80 TV does have a local dimming option, which claims to increase contrast by making certain LED zones brighter or softer than those surrounding it. I appreciate the option to turn it on or off, as I noticed a little dimming in certain dark scenes or backlight bleeding into other things on screen and creating a soft halo of light. This only happened in especially dark scenes while also watching in the dark, so I usually leave the feature turned on unless I wanted to immerse myself in a movie. On the sound front, the LG Qned80 TV takes advantage of Dolby Atmos combined with AI to produce 3D spatial sound or audio. That's two channel but mimics 5:1:2 surround sound simply on volume. This set impressed me right away. When I pulled up content that used Dolby Atmos, I was surprised by how well the TV pulled off the immersion. LG claims that the Qned can adjust the sound for the specific layout of the room it's in, and I truly did get a surround sound feeling when it was in full effect, an experience I wasn't expecting with no soundbar or extra speakers inside. On the other hand, if you see the LG Qned81 TV, LG Qned81 are little better than LG Qned80. The Qned is a proprietary LG technology that combines quantum dots, mini LEDs, and LG's own nanocell layer. The first two features mentioned also appear in QLED found on the Samsung TVs, but it's LG's nanocell layer that is the differentiator here and the source of the N in Qned. Interestingly, when LG first introduced Qned80 in 2021, the acronym stood for Quantum Nano Emitting Diode and was found on TVs that were lit exclusively by mini LEDs. That's no longer the case, and now the nanocell layer applied to Qned screens is designed to better direct the light that comes through the quantum dot layer, with the intended result being improved contrast and brightness. While LG does still produce mini LED toting Qned screens, that the model I lived with is an edge lit version. This obviously puts it at a disadvantage compared to OLED due to its less advanced lighting tech. But the Qned81 or Qned80, which costs $2,000 or $3,000, which is less than the LG G3 OLED, making it immediately a more compelling option for those with limited budgets. Couple this with the fact the Qned81 comes from one of the world's most successful TV manufacturers, and there's plenty to get excited about, on paper at least. I say this because it is possible to pick up a technically more technologically capable TV for the same, similar, or even less than the Qned81's asking price. The Hisense Europe chain is a prime example, retailing for around the same as the LG Qned, yet employing superior mini LED backlighting technology and greater support for HDR, such as Dolby Vision. The Qned81 doesn't support Dolby Vision, but does support HDR10 and HLZ. But this doesn't mean you should immediately disregard the LG Qned81, as it may offer everything you ultimately want from a TV. And kicking things off positively, I did find its color reproduction to be impressive. I viewed it side by side with the LG G3 OLED and found that Qned81 produced an image that was far closer to the level of its OLED cousin than its huge price gap would initially suggest, at least when it comes to colors. I started by watching Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget on Netflix using the built-in Netflix app on both TVs. I immediately noticed the Qned81 was a vibrant performer with the various browns, grays, and beige colors of chicken's feathers popping from the screen. I'm inclined to use the word saturated too, but not in a negative way. It was an enjoyable watch. The same can be said of virtually any other colorful animated movie. I noticed similar effects with the Incredible and the Super Mario Bros. Movie, what the Qned81 didn't quite manage, however, was delivering as good a sense of depth in an image. This, I expect, is due to the way both TVs light the image on screen, because an OLED TV lights from the back of the screen, and it, of course, is capable of creating true black. The stream of Chicken Run appeared to be more 3D-like on the LG G3, as contrast levels were far superior. So this LG Qned81 is better than LG Qned80, no doubt. Unfortunately, it's not all good news for the Qned81 that I was able to identify areas where the mid-range Qned screen fell foul to the superiority of OLED during an HD stream of Top Gun Maverick. In the opening scene, as Tom Cruise Maverick rides on his motorcycle to the Air Force Base, the sky above him was more of a bright white than anything resembling blue. The same scene viewed on the LG G3 OLED revealed there's indeed meant to be blue sky there. This was interesting, since I expected the nanocell layer on the Qned screen would have prevented this from happening, as it's designed to better control the light. However, because it is edge lit, it ultimately has much less control over what that light does. LG says the Qned81 has a local dimming, but in many ways this is redundant on an edge lit screen. Local dimming refers to a TV's backlight being capable of adjusting the brightness in specific areas of the screen in order to improve contrast. But since the Qned81 is lit from the edges, it will need to be on virtually all the time, so you can actually watch anything, and it certainly won't have much control over what happens in the center of the screen, which is where the sky in the Top Gun stream happened to be. And it's the case for virtually all edge-lit TVs. When there are darker areas towards the edges, there is a large amount of light bleed. Again, if a TV is lit from the back, this is going to be controlled far better, as the light at the edges can be turned off or dimmed considerably. But because an edge-lit LCD still needs to provide light to what's happening towards the center of the display, you are going to see, say, light at the sides. This was especially noticeable in the opening scenes. The show starts with a shot of a starry night sky, but whereas the Qned81's 120 Hz refresh rate. All this may have you asking the question, why even compare the Qned81 with LG G3 OLED? And it would be a fair question. My main aim with this comparison was to see what the extra premium needed to buy the OLED gets you, and subsequently what you would effectively be missing out on by saving your cash. If the best possible image quality is top of your wish list when buying a new TV, then the Qned81 isn't for you. If, however, your wish list has tick boxes for affordability and 420Hz support for gaming, for example, the LG Qned81 is at least worth an audition. What you may want to also consider if spending as little as possible is most important to you is a mini LED TV. LG's Qned86 series uses mini LED backlighting, which should inherently deliver an image with little to no light bleeding and much greater control over how each frame is lit. I can only say should in this instance because I haven't seen the LG Qned86 with my own eyes, but can instead draw upon the experience of seeing other mini LED screens. So in this True TV, which TV you like most, LG Qned81 or LG Qned80? You clearly see the LG Qned81 has much better black level than LG Qned80, much less dimming than Qned80. So definitely LG Qned81 is the winner and better, and I will suggest buy LG Qned81 rather than LG Qned80. So what's your thought? Please write in the comments below. That's it from now.